Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 30.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Shit. There. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I know I was muted. I know I'm about to be yelled at. I know I'm about to be... The whole chat's about to yell at me. They're all going to say muted. I know I'm muted. I know. I fixed it. Stop being mean to me. It's okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage of the 199, and I'm happy to see all of you here tonight. So volume is low. Jesus Christ. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I have no idea. Testing. Is it low now? Mic isn't working correctly. My God. This is a top tier production right here. Okay. Top tier production. All right. I'm working on it. Okay. I'm from Alabama. Give me a break. All right. Give me a break. You know what? You're probably all trolling me anyway, because that's what you do. You're very mean to me. You're very rude to me. And I do not appreciate it. Okay. Top tier. But yeah, hope everybody's doing well. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Fresh off of the vice presidential debate last night, where JD Vance literally just owned the night. JD Vance destroyed Tim Walz, and the reaction from the left and the mainstream has been exactly what you would expect it to be, but it doesn't really matter because JD Vance won the night. The momentum is now building for MAGA, and we've got a lot going on, and we've got a lot of different perspectives out there. Donald Trump himself is tweeting out to people because all you got to do is like his post or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, man. Crawler Carter says, just finished last night's CobraCast. Vance killed it. Yeah, that was a 5-hour CobraCast. 5-hour CobraCast. Absolutely insane. But here we are. AJ Gut Wrong says, for 20, says, I really like JD Vance. Why did Mike Pence betray Trump? I wasn't into politics that well then, so I don't know what happened between them. Well, it all stems back to the 2020 election and the certification of that. But I think it goes beyond that. Mike Pence, I don't think Mike Pence ever truly was in Donald Trump's corner at all. But you can even look back as recently as just a few months ago where Mike Pence point blank said he's not. Well, first of all, Mike Pence ran against Donald Trump for the nomination here in 2024. Then he said after he lost and got completely embarrassed, then he wouldn't even endorse Donald Trump. I'm not sure who he endorsed, but he wouldn't endorse Donald Trump. But yeah, Mike Pence, I don't think Mike Pence was ever truly in Donald Trump's corner at all. I don't think he was ever in Donald Trump's corner. And that, ultimately goes back to Donald Trump's decision making. And that's what's improved so dramatically now. But it really all fell apart during the certification of the 2020 election. That's really what it all fell apart. But I think it goes beyond that. I mean, I think it happened even earlier than then with Mike Pence. And Mike Pence has no following whatsoever. No one likes Mike Pence. No one supports Mike Pence. He tried to run against Trump. It failed miserably. Every time he would tweet on social media, he would get absolutely ratioed. So he ran against Trump. And then, of course, he won't endorse Trump. And again, it is what it is, man. So now you see the difference in JD Vance versus Mike Pence, and Trump has definitely improved on his personnel decisions and his personnel choices, no doubt about that. So the fly knew. But thank you for the 20 to get us started. Mark of Reality says, I've been watching Barry Cunningham before this, and FEMA is not in the hurricane-stricken Carolina mountains. They are taking care of newcomers instead. I've actually got a video to show about that. The North Carolina situation, as many of you were mentioning, is worse than it's being reported. Much worse than it's being reported. Jacoby says, Jeremy, my mother-in-law came illegally from Mexico. She lives every day in fear of another Trump presidency. She works at Walmart on 5th, gets off at 8. I don't know why you're telling me about the Walmart deal, but look, if you're not here legally, then if Donald Trump gets elected, you probably should be concerned. And that's really the bottom line. Malice O'Connor with the new member message. Thank you. Shan Dog says, LOL, the running VP called himself Knucklehead. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Mr. Friendly says, hurry up, Fig. What up, man? Let's see. How do you say that? Ogie EV2 for 20 says, this is rubles from Uncle Vladimir. You go buy tampons for Timmy. Thank you, you cute guy. What? Thank you for the $20 Rumble rant. I appreciate it. Kevin Cron says, only 4 more weeks for this intro before Jeremy has another Trump intro. Then Trump wins in a landslide. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. Let's see. Mac Jerry says, Jeremy announcing his engagement to RuPaul tonight. Be prepared for some broken hearts 199ers. Eric K says, Jeremy is getting as good as Gary at this. Nandy says, Jeremy pulling a Ryan right now. Straw Hat Guy says, still disappointed that GA lost, but we can both agree that neither of our teams fumbled as bad as Walls. Yeah, it was. I will say, though, I agree with like a point that was made, like, Walls could have been worse. He actually probably did better than expected, but he was still terrible. But it could have been even worse for him. But it wasn't so much that Walls was bad, and Walls was bad. It was that JD Vance was pretty much perfect last night. Like, JD Vance threw a perfect game in baseball terms. I mean, he just threw a perfect game. It was absolutely phenomenal. Like, he was so on point. Let's see. Pirate of Las Vegas says, D-Day Cobra, you've got to step up your grift. The quartering is beating you on the what the fuck live stream drama. No, he's not. because quartering just will outgrift me. Bottom line on that. Okay, that's fine. But yesterday, guess who number one was? Number one in the United States of America. That's right. D-Day Cobra, number one in the US of A. All right. So quartering, you might have more subs. You might shill your coffee more. Okay. But number fucking one in the United States of America. There you go. And where are we at? Where are we at worldwide? Worldwide, we are number 7 in the world. Number 7 in the world. Are you kidding me? What planet are we on where D-Day Cobra is the number 7th ranked super chatted channel in the world? That is wild. So yeah, there you go. So that's a testament to all of you. It has nothing to do with me, that's for damn sure. Because if that was representative of me, we would not be anywhere near the top 100. You know what I mean? So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Laughing Man helped get us over that one with his making Jay wear the Canadian Bear. I got to give an assist to Canadian Bear Drunk 3PO as well. For helping make that happen. Absolutely insane, though. Flag Ninja says you're muted, and True Social has an Android app. Alan Tanasi says my mom is watching. She said this is top tier. That's what's up, Mama Tanasi in the house. Laughing Man says it's nice your chat supports you, Jeremy D-Day Cobra. It is nice, especially you, Laughing Man, dropping freaking $500 super chats just to troll Jay, essentially. What is this about Styx in prison? I don't know him and I don't watch his content a lot. Is this like legit? Is this dude like in jail? I keep seeing people talk about Styx is in jail. Is that like for real? Because that's crazy. If like I keep seeing people talk about it. So yes. Why is he locked up? Quartering bailed him out. Why was he in jail? It's Styx Hexenhammer. That's who we're talking about. He's a YouTuber, Rumble, all that. He's a commentator. What did he do? Domestic battery charges, allegedly. Wow. Yeah, I don't know him. He's been around forever. But I've never spoken with him. I don't know if he knows who I am, but I mean, I've known of him for a long time. He's been in the game forever. So, but I kept seeing people talking about it today, and I did not know the context of it at all. I mean, what the hell is happening with this? One thing I want to show really quick that happened earlier. This kind of blew me away. Christian Rocker tweeted this at me, and I was kind of shocked at this. So Christian Rocker says, "Hey, D-Day Cobra. I got this on eBay. Was it ever official Geeks and Gamers merch?" And it was, but not like I said, it was, that's cool to see again. And while it was official Geeks and Gamers merch, it wasn't something we sold. This was something that from some of the old school people that were associated with the team. I gave these out to people that were helping me at events and stuff like that, or people that were helping me at different stages. So I gave these out to people. I actually have a few of these that I wore back in the day. But yeah, that is 100% an official shirt that we had made. And so now people are selling these shit on eBay, which is absolutely insane. I'm curious how much you bought it for. The other day I was going through some old stuff of mine, and I ran across these shirts, and we're like, we're going to give these away? No, I'm saving these. I mean, so it's crazy, man. I couldn't believe it. So I was like, that is awesome. So congratulations, Christian. I can't believe that. So $15. Okay. Not bad. $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. That's pretty cool though. So Yep, Geeks and Gamers company shirts. That's essentially what they are. So that's wild, man. So hey, we did give some out at some events and shit like that too. So that's pretty cool, man. That's crazy to see. I could not believe it when I saw that. So good stuff. Now, this was terrifying. And I wish I wouldn't have saw it, but I did see it. So now the rule is if I see it, you have to see it. I didn't make up this rule. Okay. This is just an internet rule. Okay. So if I saw it, you have to see it. Okay. So here you go. If I saw it, you had to see it. Okay. That would be Gary and the screaming SJW. This is horrible. This is nightmare fuel. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. This is horrible. I mean, I am just. Whew. So, yeah, I had to see it and you had to see it. Kick Jeremy from the stream. I should totally be kicked for that. You owe us Sydney now. Sydney Sweeney's got this new commercial out that everybody's been talking about today. And maybe we will get into that here. But look at that. Today, I didn't realize this. So look at here. Today is the 3-year anniversary of this moment right here. Does everyone remember this? 3-year anniversary.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon.
Oh, God.
You told me you were going to kind of hang back those first 2 stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't stay to one.
It's so obvious what they're saying. And the fact that, again, that puts it into perspective right there. That puts mainstream into perspective right there. Just absolutely lying, straight up lying about what the people are screaming. A bunch of NASCAR fans are screaming, fuck Joe Biden. That's what they're doing right there. And this reporter tries to tell everybody. And of course, what happened? It became the biggest movement ever. The Let's Go Brandon movement.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first 2 stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't
I don't know what happened to this guy. Somebody said his career, he lost his career after this. I don't know what happened to him. I used to follow NASCAR religiously. I don't really anymore. NASCAR has it's really like the Bubba Wallace or Bubba Smollett really ruined NASCAR for me, but I was already kind of tuning out of NASCAR even before then. But yeah, Bubba Smollett really did have a big impact on me getting checked out on NASCAR. And that how they were pandering to that leftist bullshit. But yeah, I used to be a huge NASCAR fan. I was pretty obsessed with it. You know, I was an Earnhardt guy, and then I was a Tony Stewart fan. And then once Tony Stewart retired is kind of when I stopped losing a lot of interest. And then, of course, they just made it even worse and worse and worse. So now with that said, the reason that I put RFK and Trump in the thumbnail is we've got a cool video. And look, man, I get it. Like, it's kind of a running meme at this point in time that RFK's voice is tough to listen to. I know that. Okay. I do get it. Thank you, Dave Chandler. Take my money, grifter. I appreciate that. But the bottom line is like RFK is a huge piece to this puzzle. Okay. He's a huge piece to this puzzle. And the fact that him and Trump are working together is pretty huge. And I think that it's necessary to listen to what I'm going to show you right here. Here we go. Share my screen. This is a really cool interview. Now he's talking with Jordan B. Peterson, and I don't think that people understand just how big of a deal RFK working with Trump is. This is a huge, huge moment. And listening to the details of it, listening to how this all came to be is actually pretty damn cool. RFK is going to play a huge role in saving America and making America great again. He absolutely is. So let's listen to a little bit of this right here.
And I ended up going to Mar-a-Lago with Amaryllis, my daughter-in-law, who runs my campaign. And we sat down with Don Jr. and with President Trump and Susie Wiles, his campaign manager, for several hours and talked through these issues. And we agreed to do a unity campaign where we would, like they have in Europe, where there are, there's coalitions where you don't give up your own independence or your capacity.
Please mute and use subtitles. I'll put the subtitles on, but I'm not going to mute RFK. I know it's tough to listen to him, okay? I know it's tough. I know it's tough, but it's necessary, okay? Listen to what the man's saying.
To criticize your allies on things with which you don't agree with them. And he was very agreeable to that. And on the issues that we don't agree on, that I would continue to criticize him and he could criticize me without penalty. And to our alliance, and that the issues that we did agree on, he agreed to make them priorities, and to involve me in some way in helping to choose the new government and helping to give emphasis to the policies that I was concerned about. And the three policies were,
and this is what's important right here, is to hear that Trump not only heard out RFK, which Kamala Harris would not hear him out, because Kamala Harris is not a leader and not someone that's interested in making America great again. Yet Trump was willing to listen to RFK, even though they had disagreements, even though he was running against him. And Trump, and this is who Trump is as a president, as a deal maker, as a businessman, is he's looking to make the best deal possible. This is what Trump does. This is what Trump does. He makes the best deal possible. And now listening to what RFK is saying right here is absolutely important. So check this out.
Children's health and the chronic disease epidemic, and which involves the food system and getting the corruption out of the public health agencies and out of USDA. Second, to ending the censorship and surveillance. And number three, ending the warfare state, ending the Ukraine war immediately. And all of those are issues that he, those are big issues, had come to on his own, and that I think he appreciated my insights on some of those issues and my passion for some of those issues and my knowledge about some of those issues and expertise. And he welcomed me, my involvement. I mean, one of the things you asked me about what I sort of had come to discover about President Trump, and he said to me a number of things that were very illuminating. One is that he and Donald Jr. And J.D. Vance were absolutely had extraordinary antipathy toward what the neocons have done to our country. I was surprised about that, how knowledgeable they were and how passionate. And J.D. Vance is a soldier, and his understanding of the neocons comes out of his own, service abroad. And
see, man, this is what I was talking about last night. Like, in order to get to where we've needed to be at this point in time, we've had to go through what we've went through. That's just the truth of the matter. That's why it's not really worth being mad about 2020 anymore. You don't forget, okay? You don't forget, but you don't get caught up on it because it was necessary. Going through 2020 was necessary. If Trump would to still take in the presidency after 2020, do you know what would have happened? Mike Pence would have still been his vice president. He still would have been surrounded by all of these neocons, all of these rhinos, all of these people. He still would have been surrounded by horrible people, and the Democrats would have completely tried to destroy his second term. That's what would have happened. So yeah, maybe it would have been a great 4 years, but at the cost of what? At the cost of, we would be 30 days now from President Trump being out of the White House. and they probably would have done nothing but destroy his entire second term as well. You know what I mean? So it's important to understand that going through what we went through with 2020 and the mass censorship, Elon Musk probably would not have bought Twitter if Trump would have still been president. There's so many layers to this that you have to look at. And it's like your own life, you know, like if you look back on decisions that you made years and years ago and you go, oh man, at the time that decision sucked, but look where I'm at now, or vice versa, something like that. So everything that we've gone through, I'm roboting. Really? How about now? How about now? Testing. Is that good now? Wasn't Benny Johnson having some issues earlier on his stream? Testing. Is it good? Is it better? Is it? It must be because I was sharing my screen. Maybe RFK's voice. Maybe RFK's voice had something to do with it. So seems fine now. Okay, let's see if I don't want to put that back up on screen. Let me see if I could share this right here. All right, now you say it's better. How about now? Can you hear me now? Is that good? Tell me if it works now that I'm sharing my screen again. It's important to have the screen shared in order for me to do what I need to do. So, so tell me if that's good. We're good. Okay, we're good. Okay, all right. So back to my point of, you know, everything that we've gone through at this point in time is necessary. Look at the people that are surrounding Trump right now. Could you have imagined that we were going to get such an upgrade from Pence to Vance? Could you imagine the type of upgrade? And again, I'm not someone that was completely aware of that until last night. So I'm fully admitting that it took last night for me to realize that, holy crap, JD Vance is actually the real deal. This dude is legit as hell. Not only that, could you imagine Elon Musk being Trump's #1 cheerleader? Could you imagine Elon Musk purchasing Twitter and becoming Trump's #1 cheerleader? Vivek becoming a rock star. Tucker Carlson being fired from Fox News only to become the biggest independent voice in news. Tulsi Gabbard. It's crazy, man. This is a legitimate team right here. And of course, RFK coming on board and so many others. There's so many people involved with this now. So it's all necessary. And looking at where we're at now with like pretty much a month to go, it's all systems go right now. Trump is going to be back in Butler, Pennsylvania, this Saturday, I believe. And it's going to be crazy, man. Elon Musk for speaker and Tucker Carlson can be in charge of media. Well, I don't think Elon's going to be speaker, but he is definitely going to be leading the what are they calling the Doge Department of Government Efficiency? Is that what they're calling it? So yeah, man. Jeremy connecting the iDots. So yeah, man. Let me see here. Emergency CobraCast Saturday. Oh, absolutely. Laughing, man. We will be live for that. And Madam Savvy is going to be there. That's why I retweeted this. Madam Savvy will be there. Okay. So Madam Savvy is going to be in the house. So that's going to be awesome. And maybe I can bring her into the call while she's live on the ground, boots on the ground. Okay. Madam Savvy will be there. So we will be live covering that here on this channel. Of course we will. So so that's going to be good. And so we'll see how it goes. Grego says, Jeremy, turn off the filter so you can look gayer. Felicia says, I've noticed a lot of celebs endorsing Kamala Harris and the comments are amazing. And a lot of them are for Trump people a lot of them are for Trump. People are starting to wake up. It would appear so. You know, as a matter of fact, let me show you this right now. I hope the audio will work. This was just released. Now, some of this I've seen. A lot of this footage I have seen. Some of this I haven't, though. Some of this is. Yeah, look. There he is. So this right here is pretty freaking scary. All right, to watch this footage is actually scary. So here we go, right here. Watch this. and understand it's pretty scary.
Yeah, look,
And
there
it's
he
not
is.
easy because we have millions and millions
Officer.
of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people.
On top of the roof, over there.
We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
on the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You ain't quiet on the roof.
And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that
See, some of those FPS views I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of this footage spliced together, but there's a couple of shots in here that I have not seen. That was freaking scary. That is freaking scary. So yeah, man. That's what Donald Trump's facing right now, and yet Donald Trump still not scared to leave the house. He will leave the house. He will go to rallies. He's meeting the people. It's absolutely insane. Never forget. Never forget. And this is the biggest story of my lifetime outside of 9/11. And the fact that the way that the media has handled this is absolutely disgusting. The way the media has handled this has been the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. They have tried to make people forget that it even happened. They've tried to make people forget that, hey, this didn't even happen. We're not even going to talk about it. Absolutely insane, man. No, they don't talk about it. They don't talk about it. They don't mention it. They don't want you to talk about it. They don't want you to remember this. They want you to act like it's over and it's gone. Didn't even happen. Well, fuck them. We're not going to let that happen. So, yeah, I wanted to bring that up because it was absolutely insane. That video, I did retweet that. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, you can go over to Twitter and check that out. But they're the good guys. Yeah, 100%. They're the best. They're the best. Let me clear up some of these really quick. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for these super chats, gifted memberships, all that good stuff, as always. But yeah, Saturday, I will be live covering that and covering his return to Butler. Let's see. Mac Jerry says, in all seriousness, much appreciate the work you put in, Jeremy. No bullshit and entertaining presentations day after day. Looking forward to the election night stream, MAGA. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Look, man, these streams would not be anything without the people. Like, half the time I'm like, not sure what I'm going to talk about tonight, but the people, I mean, I follow all of this stuff naturally. You know what I mean? I follow the news naturally. So I don't do like prep or anything. It's just that, hey, I saw this today. I'm bookmarking this. Let's talk about this tonight, because I follow everything. Like, I follow pop culture. I follow the video game stuff. I follow sports. I follow movies. I follow politics. I follow all this stuff. I don't have to do any prep. I just go live and talk about what I'm into. That's it. Dave Chandler for 10 says, take my money, grifter. I certainly will. Brad Mann says, RFK has the voice of an angel. Long as he's on Team Trump. Hey, I agree. Love Dog says, Kamala came out today to say they will give $750 per family to victims of Helene if they deserve it. Ukraine, take our billions. Fuck this regime. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up, because we've got a bookmark right here where Kamala Harris essentially, like, this is so pathetic, man. This is so pathetic. Look how staged this shit is. Look how staged this is. It's like, you can tell that this is like Adam's tweet right here is perfect. Kamala, we're filming now. Nods. Okay, let's walk. Here you go. Watch how it starts. Oh my God, it's so fucking staged, bro. Look at this. it's so painful to watch this person, man. It's so painful to watch this. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. There is nothing genuine about this woman. Nothing. And then, man, you want to talk about painful to witness? Well, we're about to do it. Oh boy, here we go. I apologize in advance, okay? I apologize in advance. Because what I'm about to show you, you're going to be begging for that picture of Gary, okay? It's bad. It's bad.
So tell me about Joe and your relationship with Joe, and what do I need to know? Like, what's the thing about the ice cream? He loves ice cream. Tell me about that.
Well, listen, ice cream is big. Pasta with red sauce, he can go deep on that. He really does like those aviator glasses. He knows he looks good in them. But
So tell me about.
Even scripted, they couldn't make it sound genuine. Even scripted, they still sound like bumbling idiots. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? That was awful. Jeez. But hey, look, all right. We need some Chad energy in here. Let's get some Chad energy in here.
We have seen the Mexican cartel and we have seen smugglers targeting American law enforcement with weapons and with their tactics right now. For example, I just reported on 4 RPGs and 8 IEDs found in a Mexican scout site on the other side of the border in the Tucson sector. And then today we're talking about the Mexican cartels using drone jammers to intercept our drone capabilities and our surveillance technology. So how do you counter that? How do you keep American law enforcement safe and our border patrol safe? And how do you keep the weapons out of the hands of the cartel?
We need a military operation. What's happening, what you're just telling me, we need a military operation. These people have become military. They're very rich. They have a lot of money. They're among the richest people probably in the world. They're very rich and they're very evil. And people are dying at levels that nobody's ever seen from fentanyl poisoning. And it comes through the border, comes from China and through the border. And we're going to get it stopped. We're going to have to get in some military action. And we're going to take, if we need military, look, they're killing 300,000 people a year. I think it's more than that. You know, they always say 100, 102. It's over 300,000 people are being killed from fentanyl and drugs that come over the border. We're going to do something about it. That's like having a big war. That's not like having a little war. You go to war, you don't lose that many people. In the Civil War, we lost 600,000 people. We're losing 300,000 people a year. We're not going to stand for it.
This man ain't putting up with it. He is not putting up with it. And that's why America loves President Trump, because he's not putting up with the BS. It's not going to happen. Another thing that just happened right before I went live is a federal judge. A federal judge blocks Gavin Newsom's California meme ban. The jokes just write themselves. American Psycho fails once again. So there you go. Federal judge blocks Gavin Newsom's California meme ban, meaning memes are okay. Memes are okay. So American Psycho fails once again. So there you go. Congratulations to American Psycho Gavin Newsom for another failure. God, I can't stand that clown. Now, back to cringe, because it's necessary to hear the cringe.
Former President Trump says that you've had 4 years as vice president to do all the things you've promised in the campaign, but haven't done it. Is he right, or did President Biden not give you or limit it in some way your role as vice president?
So let's start with this. I think that the former president is really becoming quite desperate.
Oh my God.
And is really been offering a lot of misstatements and misinformation.
What?
And perhaps it's because
offering a lot of misstatements. What the fuck are you talking about?
he wants to distract from the fact that he has offered no plan for the American people. I have talked about this before. I invite you to go to his rallies, and what you'll hear about full time is him talking about himself and his personal grievances. But what you won't hear him talking about is you and the needs that you have as a working person, as a family person. My plan is about building an opportunity economy where I'm going to give first-time home buyers.
I would just like to point out that she has still not answered the question, by the way. No question was answered here. She literally has ignored everything that this reporter asked her.
A $25,000 down payment assistance so they can get their foot in their door to be able to be a homeowner. My plan is about $6,000 tax deduction for middle-class families for the first year of their child's life to help them buy a crib or a car seat. My plan is about getting a $50,000 tax deduction to start up businesses, to our small businesses, knowing that they are part of the backbone of America's economy. Those are my plans. And I think that, unfortunately, what we've got on the other side is someone who wants to distract from the fact that his plan is about giving billionaires and big corporations a tax break like he did the last time and doing that again.
She cannot win. She cannot win. Do people understand just how serious this is? This is bad. She cannot win under any circumstances, okay? She cannot win. Please, 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 whatever we have to do. But hey, look, guys, I've got some breaking news for you. Okay, I've got some breaking news for all of you. Joe Biden has done something. Joe Biden has done something. I just want everybody to we got to give credit where credit's due. Joe Biden did something.
I've also directed the development of Starlink, deployment of Starlink satellites. 50 are in place right now. More are going to be put in place so people in places like Canton can call for help and reach the ones that love loved ones who they're not sure of anybody other than that phone because there's no cell service.
So Joe Biden's taking credit for Starlink. Now, Joe Biden's taking credit for Starlink. You know, because President Trump didn't just 2 days ago say that he contacted Elon Musk, and Elon Musk didn't tweet out that President Trump called me and now I'm on it. I'm getting involved and we're sending Starlink. So this clown is now taking credit for what President Trump and Elon Musk did. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. Like, I'll have to see if I can find the tweet really quick, because there's a tweet from Elon where he straight up says, like, after, real Donald Trump contacted me, let's see if I can find it. Elon Musk. This was like 2 days ago where Elon tweeted that out and said, after Trump contacted me, I'm on it. And then Trump said, Elon's always going to come through. We appreciate him. Thank you. Blah, 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 blah. It's insane, man. So now you got Joe Biden taking credit for it. Elon's been tweeting a lot lately, so I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Well, no. That's another man. He's been tweeting a lot about Donald Trump, as a matter of fact. There's that. I want to find it just so we can show that Elon himself even credited Trump for it. It's just insane, man. It's just like when Kamala took the no tax on tips and basically stole that one, because of course she did. Can't track it down right now. Maybe Eric K can find it for me and drop it in the CobraCast chat. I don't want to spend all day here scrolling through Elon's timeline. I swear, I thought I retweeted it, and maybe I didn't. I don't want to give up. I want to keep going. We're committed. Let's see if we can find it. There it is right here. There. Boom. Found it. Okay. Since Hurricane Helene disaster, SpaceX has sent as many Starlink terminals as possible to help areas in need. Earlier today, real Donald Trump alerted me to additional people who need Starlink internet in North Carolina. Right there it is. That was yesterday. Yesterday, Elon talks about how Trump contacted him. And now here today, you have Joe Biden. You have Joe Biden saying this right here.
Deployment of Starlink satellites. 50 are in place right now. More are going to be put in place so people in places like Canton can call for help and reach the ones that love loved ones who they're not sure of anybody other than that phone.
You're a fucking piece of shit is what you are. You had nothing to do with this. You had nothing to do with this, and you actively don't want to mention Trump or Elon Musk's name because you know that will make you look bad. So just absolutely embarrassing beyond belief to see that. But hey, that's why it's a good thing we have Twitter so we can get the word out and tell people what's actually going on. The fact that this clown tries to take credit for the good work that Trump and Elon Musk are doing right now. And again, Trump is actually acting like the sitting president of the United States. He's actually being a leader, going out there and meeting with people and talking with people. And even this right here, Elon tweeted this one out right here. The legacy media deliberately pushed this lie over and over again, knowing it was false. And then right here, Trump, you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. Also, Trump in the same speech, I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists because they should be condemned totally. The fact that legacy media has enabled this hoax for years says a lot.
You had some very bad people in that group, but you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert E. Lee to another name. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And you had some very...
Fucking, like, I swear the media is the worst thing ever. They're so corrupt. They're so out of control. And their desperation is hitting all-time levels at this point because they are desperate. And this is going to be a crazy month. And that's what I have to keep repeating. It's going to be a wild and crazy month, to say the least. All right, let me read a few super chats really quickly. Let's see how you guys are doing here in the chat. Eric for 10 says, "Oh God, Savvy's going to talk to politicians. We're all going to be on every list now. Savvy, do not fuck this up, Madam Savvy. Madam Savvy, do not fuck this up." Brian Doyle says, "Hail, brother. Did you see the FEMA announced that they are broke and can't make this shit up?" There's a video we're going to talk about with what's going on in North Carolina. We're going to talk about this video here in just a minute. William for 10 says, "Losing 2020 is a blessing in disguise. Trump is 4 years better at politics. The culture war has completely changed. I helped my friend register to vote today. He's 31 and he will vote for Trump in Massachusetts." That's what's up right there. Hell yes. Let's freaking go. Geeks and Gamers is not affiliated with Madam Savvy. Chad Layton says, "In the words of Lord Vader, apology accepted." Thank you, Chad Layton. Appreciate you, man. All right. Matt Cat says, "Eric July is more handsome." Oh, was that the picture of Gary? That was a rough one right there. Icon Bear says, "Still recruiting for the I.199 Raid Shadow Legends clan. Let's freaking go." Hey, hit him up. Hit him up. He's got an I.199 Raid Shadow Legends clan. Chef Nick Nero says, "I know a guy named Gary who can help you with your streaming issues." Well, if you're talking about Gary from Nerdrotic, I don't think I'm on the level of him. Like he's never made a mistake on a stream. He's never made a mistake ever. I've never seen Gary have any issues on a stream. So I don't know if I'm ready to I don't know if I'm ready for that level, because Gary is he has never had issues at all. Never, from what I understand. Coop says, "Didn't read my member message yesterday." Seriously, Coop, I can never tell. Just whatever it was, just say it in the chat. I got you, bro. Pirate of Las Vegas says, "Did you see Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday? That's going to be Ryan Kent one day." I honestly, man, seeing the Jimmy Carter stuff is just creepy to me. It's really bad. It's really bad. It essentially, it kind of looks like a Biden voter, if you know what I mean. Golden Nugget says, Jerry missed my $500 super. Jason JJJ says, Styx Hexenhammer was arrested in New Orleans. The quartering paid bail live on stream. Apparently he was arrested for a domestic situation. That is crazy. That is wild. Dan Vasquez in my chat. Yeah, I saw it going around. I just was like, is this a troll? Like, what's going on here? Accident Seller says, Mike Pence has the charisma of a cold fish. Teresa Young says, MAGA 2024 4547. Keep going strong. I love CobraCast. Been watching since 199. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Thank you. Warbearer says, joke went right over your head. Which one? There's a lot of jokes in this chat. It's hard to keep up. Wrong Hole says, no. Eric K says, Jeremy looking very professional and skilled. We try. Noah Pender says, who is more gay, Tim Balls or Doug Assoff? Oh, as a matter of fact, we got to talk about that. So, listen, I'm very passionate about this topic. Okay. And I need everybody to understand my journey, my path, my truth. Okay. I'm very passionate about this, and I always have been. And the reason is I haven't been always passionate about this, but Hollywood and the mainstream media and, the Democrats have taught me. They've taught me, and I've learned, okay? So I've learned. So I believe all women now. I believe all women because Hollywood, the mainstream media, and the Democrats told me that you are supposed to believe every woman, no matter what. So here you have Kamala Harris's husband fully slapped ex-girlfriend for flirting with another man in booze-fueled assault after date to star-studded gala. Believe all women. We can't question her. She must be telling the truth. Hollywood told me that I have to believe every woman no matter what. You can't question. If you question a woman, you're sexist. You're a horrible person. So I believe all women. So now I'm going to need Doug. How do you say his fucking name? Imhoff? Is that how you say it? We gotta know that. Are you just going to apologize and donate all of your money to her? Hey. So yeah, what a clown. So this is a pretty bad story for the Harris campaign, clearly. And more and more stuff is going to come out. I personally, like, if you just want me to, like, I have done no investigating of this story. Okay. But all sarcasm aside, Doug Imhoff is a male feminist. I 100% am more inclined to believe the woman than a male feminist, because male feminists are the creepiest human beings alive, because they pose as these, I'm just an ally, I just care about women, and I am here to support you. Reality is they're trying to sleep with all these women, but they're trying to put out this projective image of like how they're a great guy. So he's a male feminist. He's a cuck. We know that. Okay. And now he's being accused of this. And I, just based off the information I have, 100%, I do believe the woman. 100%. Male feminists are horrible people. They're terrible. They're the worst. Never trust a male feminist ever. Male feminists might be slightly worse than pronouns and bio people. I know that's a very tough call to make, because pronouns and bio, male feminist, and pretty much they're usually the same thing anyway. But if you were to say, like, generally speaking, if you had to choose one, if you had to trust a person with pronouns and bio or a male feminist, I'm going to roll the dice on the pronouns and bio. I'm going to roll the dice on pronouns and bio, because a male feminist is truly the worst human being alive. They really are. They're terrible. So there you go. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this story, but it has been getting quite a bit of traction, and I don't think the Harris campaign is going to talk about that. I did see this funny clip from Trump. We got to play this. Here we go.
Isn't it nice when you don't read from a speech? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Or Hillary with the teleprompters every single time. And whether you go north and south or east and west, Donald Trump is a bad person. Donald Trump made a lot of money in Atlantic City, but he hurt the little people. She calls it the little people. He hurt the little people. He didn't. Isn't it nice when you don't read?
He said, I didn't. I love how that ends. They said Donald Trump hurts the little people. I didn't.
From a speech. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Or Hillary with the teleprompters every single time. And whether you go north and south or east and west, Donald Trump is a bad person. Donald Trump made a lot of money in Atlantic City, but he hurt the little people. She calls it the little people. He hurt the little people. He didn't.
I didn't. It's just so funny. The dude is a legitimate comedian. He really is. He is a legitimate comedian. But I wanted to show you guys that clip because that was really funny. I saw that one earlier. Let's see. There's some weird stuff going on right now on Twitter. Some weird stories out there. Thank you. Who's that? John Ambler. Is that who sent that? 10 gifted memberships. Let's go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I don't really know how to describe this next story. It's not necessarily political, but it's just a weird story, man. It's a weird story. So this is from Variety. Men in Black director says Will Smith is a farter. One fart was so bad, we evacuated the stage for about 3 hours, and that's incredible. What? What? I'm like, is this really a story? What are we doing? The thing you have to understand, the fall of Will Smith will probably go down in history as one of the greatest falls of all time. Some people are too, man, I'm starting to stink in here just by thinking about this. So anyway, but the fact that, like, some people don't realize that in the 90s, Will Smith was the biggest star in the world. And it wasn't even close, okay? Will Smith was the biggest movie star in the world. He was the biggest music star in the world. He was box office gold. This man was untouchable. Some people are probably too young to realize that. But who's, like, right now, who's the biggest movie star in the world? It's probably still Tom Cruise. Like, but someone that's younger than Tom Cruise, like who's like a 34-year-old movie star? Who's a big, like, I know movie stars don't exist like they used to. I don't know. I don't even know if there's an equivalent to that, man. There's really not an equivalent to it. Like, Will Smith was the top of the food chain back in the day. He absolutely was. Chris Pratt. Yeah. I mean, he was bigger than Chris Pratt is today. He's bigger than Chris Pratt. He's bigger than Tom Holland. He's bigger than Ryan Reynolds back then. Like, you could take all three of those guys that you just mentioned, Tom Holland, Chris Pratt, Ryan Reynolds, all of them combined their star power. None of them were touching what Will Smith was in the 90s. None of them. That's how big of a star he was. And now he's a cuck. He's completely just been destroyed. He's been broken. He's embarrassed himself by the slap in the face. And now you've got the media writing articles like this about him. It's absolutely insane. So I don't know, man. Really strange. Well, Michael Jackson was bigger than anybody's ever been, except for maybe Elvis. But I'm talking about, like, at that point in time, You're talking like when Bad Boys was out and Independence Day, all of that. Men in Black, the Men in Black song was crazy. But Michael Jackson might be the biggest. Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan are the two biggest stars of my life that I've ever experienced in lifetime. Like they were the two biggest megastars ever. Elvis Presley is probably right there too, but I don't remember. I wasn't alive for that. So, but yeah, absolutely crazy. Beatles were huge. Yeah, the Beatles were a big deal. I still chalk that up to just the fact that the Beatles were the only game in town. But I know a lot of people, people don't like when I criticize the Beatles. I think the Beatles are trash. I just think I don't like the Beatles music. It is what it is. I'm not a fan. I don't think the Beatles are very good at all. I don't like listening to their music. I don't care about the Beatles. Not at all. So the chat's going to be so split. I'm going to have half the chat telling me they hate me and the other half telling me they love my take. I just think the Beatles are. If the Beatles were around today, no, they would just be another boy band. That's all they'd be. Nobody'd give a shit. They'd just be like some random boy band that everybody memed on. Now, if Elvis Presley was here today or Michael Jackson, they would be untouchable. They would be the biggest stars in the world because those dudes were transcendent stars that transcended the time and the era they were in. They were going to be big no matter what time frame they were in. But the Beatles are just because, well, we were the first here to do it, and we're, icons because we were the first kind of group of guys to do it. It's true. But if Elvis was here today or Michael Jackson, those guys would be breaking records. They would be breaking records. What if Johnny Cash was around? Johnny Cash would be a trailblazer. I mean, Johnny Cash was never he was never the biggest star. But Johnny Cash would be an absolute Chad if he were around today. 100%. No doubt. Let me see. And I'm not Elvis is okay. I mean, I'm not even saying that as an Elvis fan. Like, I personally like Elvis is okay, but I can recognize Elvis's star power. I mean, Elvis was just a larger than life individual. And I can recognize that. And I'm not even the biggest. I'm not saying I don't like his music. It's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of Elvis per se, but I can recognize that dude was a megastar. He was a larger than life personality. And he was no matter where that dude goes, he's going to be a big star. But Michael Jackson is the greatest entertainer to ever live though. And I will accept nothing but you're right, Jeremy. Because Michael Jackson is the greatest. Nobody's touching Michael Jackson. Nobody. He is the GOAT. He's the greatest. That dude was another level. Another level. And I accept nothing but you're right, Jeremy. And if you say anything else, I'll ban all of you from my chat. I'll ban every person that disagrees with me. There's some people that are going to take me seriously thinking I'm really going to ban. I'm not banning anybody. I would never ban you, okay? I would never ban anybody for that. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. Noah Pitter says, I got that one early. James Brown's pretty great. Sage Cage says, apparently Taylor Lorenz has been fired. Is she still a thing? I didn't even know she was still a thing. Dan Vask disagrees. Who? Who's Dan Vask? Listen. If you want to talk about current singers, all right, Dan Vask is okay. But let me tell you there's this guy that makes songs, okay? Makes music. Trying to think of his name. Wears a beanie. This guy's next level. Oh, Tim Pool. Yeah, man, that guy is one of the I can't even say it with a straight face. I couldn't even run with the joke. Dude, look, I appreciate that Tim Pool makes music. It is fucking tough to listen to that shit, man. I respect it. I respect that he does it. It's tough to get through, man. It's really bad. But hey, respect to Tim, man. Respect to Tim. He's out there doing it, and I genuinely respect that he puts himself out there and makes that music, and he's got some legit musicians that work with him. But yeah, I can't. Jackson loves Nintendo, says, doesn't matter how nice they are. An illegal immigrant is a criminal. You guys can come here legally, like my South Korean wife, but leave if you're illegal. There you go. Davish says, Middle Earth Mixer ratioed the Dems yet again tonight. Let's fucking go. Hail the 199. Let's go. Nandy says, heading over to Timcast to make him number one. He's not gay. What? You guys can't make Tim Pool number one in Super Chats. That's me. Don't do that to me. Let's see. Kendon says, just waiting for Savvy to co-host, to host CobraCast next. We would never let a woman let a woman host this show. Not going to happen. Felicia Donahue says, my boyfriend introduced me to you, and I've been watching for months now. I haven't missed a CobraCast. You are awesome, but also still gay. Trump 2024. That is awesome. Well, tell your boyfriend thank you, and I'm glad you enjoy the show and all of the nonsense that goes on around here. I really do appreciate it. That is awesome. That is awesome. Troy News says, good news. The Harris Department of Waste, Fraud, and Abuse will allow FEMA to give a whopping $750 to those affected by Hurricane Helene. Generous. Jeez. Love Dog says, Jeremy, you are a knucklehead fig. Love you anyway. Let's go. Thank you. Jimmy Rings Halo says, check out Sydney Sweeney, Dr. Is it Squatch soap commercial, single-handedly bringing back hot women. I did see it. And I don't know. Should I grift it? You know, if we hit our mark tonight on Super Chats, maybe we'll show it. Nick says in Joker voice, and you are beautiful. King Chris becomes a new member. Thank you. Your Barmy says Elon must implant a new voice box. Start petition. Let's see. Shutch 512 says the point you made this morning on Geeks and Gamers about Elon being the sole reason for Trump winning next month was spot effing on. Well said. Well, thank you. I do believe that, like, when Trump wins, and I do believe Trump will win, I believe that Elon Musk will be the single most important reason outside of Donald Trump himself. Elon Musk purchasing Twitter will be the single most important reason outside of Donald Trump that Trump won. That is the truth. I stand by that. I stand by that 100%. So look, Trump tweeted this out earlier. He retweeted it. And, what's up, Vic Whiplash? Look at there, Vic Whiplash in the house. Ripa tears it up. His band is on point. Yes, Ripa is actually a pretty talented singer. I don't like complimenting Ripa at all. He's a piece of shit, but he's pretty damn talented, man. I got to give him credit. So, but he is a piece of shit. I just want to make sure that we're clear that he is a piece of shit, but he's a talented piece of shit. Thank you, Vic Whiplash. Hold the line, 199. Let's see. Zevin Cross says, Jeremy. They say Jeremy banned everyone. I didn't. But no, so Trump retweeted this, and this is pretty interesting. I actually had this bookmarked before Trump tweeted it, but right here. People are dying, stranded in the mountains of North Carolina. Civilian volunteers are stepping in where they can, but why hasn't the Biden-Harris authorized the dozens of active duty helicopters sitting in Fort Bragg just down the road to help? So let's listen to this. This is something that a lot of you were talking about, okay? This is something a lot of you were talking about. Here we go. X-Wing! Shave your nose hairs. X-Wing! What's up, man? Only 20? Only 20? Only 20? Really, X-Wing? I thought you had more than that. That's fine. I don't shame people for their super chats. It's fine. But no, seriously, this right here is crazy. Okay, this is absolutely crazy. Thank you, Vic.
I really don't want to make this video, but it is literally a matter of life and death for the people of North Carolina. So my name is Jonathan Howard. I'm a member of the Florida State Guard Special Missions Unit. And I'm also up here with Aerial Recovery, a nonprofit. I I came up here on Sunday with aerial recovery before we even got activated. We flew up here, and then we got activated, which is great. I have my team up here working as well. Here's the problem. I'm going to tell you everything that's happening from the ground, what I'm actually seeing, because what they're telling you is complete bullshit on the news, and these politicians don't have a fucking clue, and they're lying. And I'll say this now, I'll say it at the end of the video. The only thing I need from this video is helicopters. If I have helicopters, I can save lives. Without helicopters, I can't reach these people. It doesn't matter how many chainsaws and trucks I got, I can't get to them. They're 10 miles in, 20 miles, 40 miles in the mountains. There's no way to get with them or even communicate with them. I am literally flying around in a civilian helicopter looking for SOS messages carved in the mud or painted on the ground, and we're dropping down and saving them. What got me fired up about this was yesterday, me and my team did the rescue of that 11-day-old baby. And all these government officials and social media, they're showing that video, that pictures and video of that rescue, and claiming that like they have some like government help with that. And I mean, even USA, I think it was USA Today, wrote an article about it saying it was a Florida National Guard that went and got it, like with a helicopter. No, it was me, my buddy Charlie, and a civilian named Zeb with his own personal helicopter out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Like without that civilian, that baby would be dead. And the old lady we went and rescued after that, she'd be dead too because she had 1 day left of oxygen. No one was going to go get them. I will tell you, when we go up in the air, I probably see 40 civilian helicopters, and I might see 2 Blackhawks, National Guard, military, whatever they are. That's it. No one's out there doing rescues. I have my entire team up here from Florida right now, and they have no ability to go rescue these people other than what they can drive to. And the people that are in dire need, they're out in the mountains. They are completely cut off. Now, I will say, I spoke to my congresswoman down in Florida, and she's a badass, and she made a bunch of phone calls, and now we got 2 contracted 60s coming up here tomorrow, which is great. I love that, but like, I still don't understand why we don't have more helicopters. Like, we'll get a lot of work done with that, but there's no military. There's no one's doing nothing. It blows my mind. And they're not even allowing people to see what's really going on.
Remember this in 35 days. Okay, remember this, because this is Harris's America right here. This is the Biden-Harris Democratic America. They fucking hate you. They don't care about you. And this is, to be fair, it's a lot of fucking Republicans too. A lot of these Republicans are pieces of shit too. Just to be fair, a lot of Republicans are more worried about Ukraine and Israel than the United States of America. United States of America. America. That's where we are.
One of our friends yesterday, they were actually escorting CNN down at Lake Lure, and they wouldn't even let CNN, the sheriff department would not let them go videotape the bad areas, how destructive it is. I don't know why they don't want to show you all that, but I mean, it is bad. I should also say, when I flew here on Sunday, they actually stopped us from going in, the sheriff department. And it was because of a bunch of politics that they were claiming was the Speaker of the House of North Carolina that was preventing us from even going in and trying to kick us out, which I have clarified today with North Carolina politicians that reached out to me, good on them. And they were like, that's complete bullshit. Speaker of the House has nothing. He wants you guys there. But this is the kind of political BS that is happening here right now. Like, everyone's trying to be in charge without taking any type of action. Nobody wants to coordinate with anybody. Everybody wants to pretend like they're being the hero while these people are literally fucking dying in the mountains. And these people, like I'm saying, these people are limited medication. They're running out of oxygen, and there's no one going to get them. The most effective way I have found to go find these people is by getting in a helicopter and flying down the rivers and roads and looking for SOS messages or people waving us down. And then we drop down and get them. We have all these people here. We have law enforcement. We have State Guard, National Guard. They have no way to go get these people. Yesterday, when I was at the Asheville airport refueling, which, by the way, the civilian is paying all this out of his own pocket. He's not even looking for a reimbursement. I think we did 4 refuelings yesterday. And that was like just in half a day's work. We're in Asheville, and I saw 2 Air Force helicopter 60s. And I knew they were PJs, just looking at them. And I went up to them, I'm like, hey, guys, like, what are y'all doing? And like, this is what you need to be doing. This is how I'm finding people. And they're like, we can't go. We're waiting on Title 10 orders. And I'm like, what? They can't get any authority. There's military helicopters all over here sitting on the ground.
And so for those of you asking about like this, Donald Trump retweeted this video. Trump himself retweeted it on his official Twitter account. So Trump is blasting it out there too. When I first saw it, it had over 1 million views. I don't know how many it's going to get now, but at least Trump is aware of it. So I'm assuming he's going to make Elon aware of it. And I'm hoping that we can actually get some things done.
And they can't do nothing. Even my JSOC boys in Fayetteville, they can't get orders to come out here. It is just the most disgusting thing. And they're killing these people. And I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know what kind of conspiracy. I've heard so many things, whatever you want to come up with, but they are literally allowing these people to fucking die in the mountains right now because we can't get helicopters. They got money for everything else in the fucking world right now. But if they could just get us helicopters, we could fly out there and rescue these people. So I hope this video goes viral. I hope these politicians get fired. I hope people get pissed off. They'll probably kick me out of the state of North Carolina for doing this. But you know what? I don't care, because if I can save one more life for it, it's fucking worth it to me.
That's crazy. So I'm glad that's getting a lot of traction. I definitely wanted to make sure that I put it out there. But this is the tweet right here that Trump retweeted. So Congressman from Florida, Mike Waltz. So people are dying stranded in the mountains in North Carolina. Civilian volunteers are stepping in where they can. But why hasn't Biden-Harris authorized dozens of active duty helicopters sitting in Fort Bragg just down the road to get help? What's Ron DeSantis doing? DeSantis has sent a lot of help, to be fair. DeSantis has done, again, there's only so much he can offer, like without other people getting involved, but like, he's offered a lot of help to DeSantis' credit. He absolutely has. So I wanted to make sure he's offered help. So it's all happening for a reason, but the fact that people could be like, the fact that people are sitting there like dying slowly because they can't get help is crazy. Because look, I can even understand it. Like if you're in North Carolina, I can understand why that hurricane probably wasn't on your radar. If you're in Florida, you have to be aware of this stuff because it's Florida. Now, if it was going to hit North Carolina directly, that's a whole different story. But the fact is it hit Florida directly, and then it just continued on. I don't know what the warnings were or anything like that. But I can understand why some people, maybe North Carolina, were like, it's going to be like, Harley Dave, are you here? Because Harley Dave yesterday was telling us that he's in the area and he's aware of it. Just the repeat of Maui. Yeah, thanks Oprah and The Rock for that one. We didn't get an evac warning, says Trent. You didn't get an evac warning? What's up, Harley? Yeah, so Harley Dave's here, and you're in North Carolina, right? So have you heard any updates or anything like that? It's crazy, man. Hey, listen, man. I don't know what little bit I can do. I've got a 4-wheel drive truck. Fuck it. You know? The government is taking most of these properties, says Harley Dave. Yeah, there's nothing civilians can do at that point in time. Let's see. They aren't even recovering the bodies, which is everywhere. Jesus. Trump to the rescue, $25 million to help. What do you mean with that one, Proud American? Is there some update to the story that I'm missing? Let's see here. Let me check and see. Let me check my timeline and see. All right. Let me see. All right. I'll see if I can find any updates on this. I don't see a lot of the I'm gonna check Trump's timeline really quick and see if I can find anything. Let's see. So Trump hasn't tweeted since he retweeted that video. And I don't see if Elon Musk has said anything either. Now, he could have said something on True Social, but I haven't seen anything on Twitter. So anyway, I'll see if I can get some updates on that. I don't want to bog down time by like me looking for all that, but I'll keep my eyes open. Now, let's see here. What is this? This is not an update on that, so I'm switching subjects here for a minute. Holy smoke, CNN just showed polling that Trump tied with 18 to 29 voters in Michigan. In 2020, Biden led 61 to 37% with that same age group. There's no path for Kamala at this rate.
How is Vice President Harris performing with young voters compared to how President Biden did in 2020?
Oh, some numbers, Anderson, to help with that question. Number one, just look at this choice for president. I want to stretch this out a little bit. Excuse me for turning my back. This is a recent New York Times Siena poll. It shows Donald Trump and the vice president tied among voters aged 18.
That's a big fucking problem. That's a big problem. And now the question, yes, why the fuck is it tied, Love Dogs? It's a valid question, but you can't get caught up on that. You just have to focus on the fact that look how much the gap has closed. That's the key. The bottom line is Democrats are going to have like their 48, 49% of the people that are going to vote for them because they're programmed. But the fact that gap, that's a huge, huge gap.
18 to 29. Joe Biden carried that group by 24 points in 2020 in the exit polls. From being on the ground, remember, when you poll a smaller subgroup in a poll, there's a bigger margin of error. I can't quite believe it's a tie from being on the ground several times in Michigan, but there's no question the vice president is doing better than President Biden was doing earlier this year, when a lot of young voters didn't want him to be the candidate anymore. But she's not doing as well as he did back in 2020. There's no doubt about that. Absolutely no doubt about it.
There you go. So that is huge, actually. That is huge. Some of and listen, the polling is the polling is definitely something that we're going to have to pay attention to, because it kind of gives us some of the trends and things like that of what to expect. You can't take it, as gospel for sure. I mean, historically, Trump has not polled very well at all. Historically, he hasn't. But the fact that he is polling this well when he doesn't poll that good at all is that paints a very good picture for him. But it doesn't mean anything if people don't actually just go out there and get it done. Let's see here. Okay, still looking right now. Sorry. There was another update. You know how Twitter does that whole thing where it shows you something and then it refreshes and it disappears? There you go. That happened to me just now. So really freaking frustrating when that happens. All right, let's read some super chats really quickly. We've got a Minty for 20 says YouTuber Cletus McFarland recently took his brand new refurbished helicopter to North Carolina and flew numerous rescue missions of supplies and people in rough terrain. Give that man some likes and subs. He's a hero. That is awesome. That is awesome. I love hearing that. I'm not familiar with that YouTuber, but that is absolutely phenomenal. Is there video of that? Did they actually like record any of it? Because I mean, on one hand, it's like, do you really want to make content of that? But at the same time, I think it's necessary. Let's see here. Yeah, here it is right here, actually. All right, here we go. All right.
Supposed to be of flying this helicopter back to the house, and I'm still going to put all that footage in the end of this video. But as you can see, Consuela is a little dirty. She has had a busy couple of days working hard, and she's no longer brand new, you could say. She's still in good shape, but she took a beating over the weekend, and I'll tell you why. And I didn't intend for this to be really a portion of this video. It just kind of happened, and I wore my helmet cam while we were out doing some disaster relief in North Carolina. Basically, on Saturday, I was with Maddie, my wife, and we were going to go grab some dinner when I got a call from a friend up in North Carolina. His name's Rudy, and he said, hey, man, we need some helicopters up here. The hurricane damage is really bad, and there's a lot of people trapped in the mountains. So my wife and I got someone to watch the kids. We loaded up with one bag and flew to North Carolina with no plan and posted that we were on our way. And by the time I got there, I probably had 500 emails and a ton of text messages. And my post had been shared thousands of times. And we were blown away. We're like, what is going on? How bad is this deal? So we get into North Carolina. We end up staying at Greg Biffle's house because there's no power in the
that's
Asheville
what
area.
you guys were mentioning
We
the
couldn't
other
really
day.
stay close to where all the damage was.
Yeah, somebody sent a super chat mentioning Greg Biffle. I'm not familiar with this guy. I'll start following him now. He seems like a great guy. I know who Greg Biffle is, from being an old school NASCAR fan.
Fill up with water and fuel. Next morning, take off and fly into just some things that I've never seen before, and some really, really bad situations for people. Like I can't really describe it well, but I have some videos on my helmet cam that I'm going to put in this video, and I'm not putting them in there to try and grow my YouTube channel. I'm simply putting them in there to give you a perspective of how bad the damage in the Asheville area is. And it's not just Asheville, it is spread.
Now you can tell, like, I mean, regardless of, like, I don't know anything about this guy, but he just comes off extremely genuine. And it's showing this stuff for the right reasons. Somebody just super chatted and said, Mr. Beast is from North Carolina. What's he doing? Oh, I'm sure Mr. Beast is all getting content ready. And we've saved 55 people from the mountains in North Carolina, and only one's going to get $50,000. Whoever leaves the circle last. Like, yeah, that's probably what Mr. Beast is going to do. But this guy seems super genuine.
So far into the mountains of North Carolina, and these areas we're flying in are some of the worst areas to fly a helicopter. And I'm talking about the tightest LZs, sloped landings inside of tight landing zones. It was absolutely wild. Consuela, my helicopter, just performed absolutely flawless. I didn't think this was the right helicopter for the job, but I had the ability to take insulin, food, water into the tightest spots in the area and drop them off and get them to people in need, and then haul people out. Yeah, she got a little beat up. She got puked in. We hauled dogs, a lot of people, and it is what it is. It's just a machine. But I'm so proud of this machine and what it's become. You know, this was abandoned in Venezuela, and now she's out here helping people out. Lastly, before we get to the footage, I'll say I do feel a little weird putting stuff like this on social media. However, the awareness I feel we brought to the area made it worth it. There's over $350,000 on the Hope Mill Fund Relief Group GoFundMe. And also they started up a pilot jet fuel GoFundMe. And I'll put those links down in the description because there's a lot of helicopters flying. By the end of day 2, there was 37 helicopters, private helicopters on site at Hickory Airport helping out. Basically, day 1, this wonderful woman named Erin from the Hope Mill Fund GoFundMe, we just met her at the airport, and she's like, "Can you take these supplies to this spot?"
I just want to remind you, and this guy's amazing, and everybody involved in this is amazing. Just want to remind everybody, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are doing absolutely fucking nothing, while everyday Americans, everyday fucking YouTubers are doing more than the president of the United States.
Spot, and we just went, and then we come back and they would just load up the helicopter while I'm looking it over, jam it with fuel, and we would go. I don't know who this woman is, Erin, but the fact that she was able to get us the correct information to the worst spots I've ever seen and give us the right supplies and have them ready on time when we got there, it was incredible. And then day 2, Operation Airdrop, these guys organized a lot of pilots. And they had a good plan, and they deployed us correctly. And we flew that for as long as we could yesterday, and then got back to our family. But it was insane up there. And there's a long road ahead of all of the Asheville area to even get out of there. It's unbelievable. So I don't know what the current status is. I've heard a lot of the critically injured or in need people have been helped, but there's still more. And the government assets are showing up like crazy. There's Chinooks and Blackhawks everywhere. There's a C-17 Globemaster at the airport, and they're working like crazy. Some of my friends brought in some sick helicopters. A lot of these guys just did an amazing job, and this flying is no joke. I'm talking no joke. So a huge thank you to all the pilots who were a part of it, and a thank you to Thoroughbred Aviation for giving me a safe helicopter. It's just been the craziest couple days of my life, and I wanted to share some of these clips. So let's get to that, and then we'll get to the original idea of this video, which is picking up my brand new refurbished helicopter. Let's get to it. So here's an LZ from day 1. We just saw people standing here. We had a helicopter full of supplies. So we dropped here, dropped this stuff off, and hauled some people out. relatively easy. This is probably the hardest landing I did. You got power lines there on the left, the house directly under the helicopter right now. This takes every ounce of horsepower the helicopter has, and we're also full of supplies. Now, we did calculate weight and balances before we took off for these flights, and you can just see how tight it is. This is where the MD 500 shines, and the residents were putting X's on the roads where we could possibly set down, and that was really helpful to spot where these guys needed help. And then when we would land, we would talk to them and say, hey, go clear a bigger LZ, and then maybe they can bring in a Black Hawk. So it was pretty helpful when other people were clearing more LZs up the hill. And then you'll see in the next clip, I actually made it up higher on this valley after we dropped off some of these people for another real tight spot.
Clear.
IDOT needs a Geeks and Gamers helicopter. I mean, look, I don't know. I love seeing stuff like this because this is stuff that I like doing. I don't like publicizing stuff at all, but you know, I do think that, and I've struggled with this in the past. Like, is it? Whoa! What? I just skipped out. Am I back? Am I back? My camera just skipped out. The whole screen skipped out on me. Am I back? Let me know. Maybe there was no issue on your end, but I completely lost signal for a minute. We're good. My back. Okay. All right. I don't know if it skipped out at all, but it did for me. But anyway, but I have struggled with that as far as like, so many people on social media, like for instance, Mr. Beast is a classic example of like Mr. Beast, like his entire life is like, I can't help a person unless I have a camera on me. It's like, I hate that mentality. I can't stand that shit. Even the few times I've done the charity stuff has backfired on me every fucking time. So I've just stopped doing any public bullshit because I mean, the last one I did was, I think the Zack Snyder stream. Is that the last one I did? And it caused me so many problems that I just like, fuck it. I'm just not going to do this publicly anymore because it always creates a problem. But I would like to get it to a point where, you know, Geeks and Gamers could afford to do stuff like that and just go out. And yeah, I mean, you know, I do think there's a certain level of like awareness if you record it and bring awareness to it. I do think that there is a benefit to that for sure.
Clear.
There's helicopters everywhere. Loading back up. Back in we go.
For anyone that doesn't remember the details, the real quick rundown is we did a charity stream for Zack Snyder before the Snyder Cut came out. We raised over $100,000 in just a few hours. And Zack Snyder basically, there's a lot more nuance to this, but I'm not going to give all of that because fuck Zack Snyder. He doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt anymore. But there's a lot of nuance to it, and there's a lot more that to explain. But ultimately, he came onto a stream and he basically denounced Geeks and Gamers in front of the whole entire audience that had already donated like all of this money towards his cause, and it created hell, a lot of havoc for me, and a lot of headaches. And so that was my never again dealing with Hollywood fucking weirdos. So I didn't want to deal with him in the beginning, but I thought like, hey, it's a good moment. We should probably do this. And I even told him, like, I don't like your movies, but I respect your movement that you've got. But anyway, so that's why I try not to do charity anymore, because it just backfires every fucking time. Well, this is pretty cool. This is a 28-minute video. So if anybody wants to go check this out, this is really awesome. And this is really inspiring. You know, I personally would like to do stuff like this. And I do think that our audience would love to see like us out there, like the different personalities of G&G actually going out and doing stuff for people. It's always been something I've always wanted to do, and seeing this kind of reignites that passion. But it's something I'll think about, but it's really cool to see. And so I'll drop a like on that video. And yeah, that's good stuff right there, man. That is awesome. That is awesome. Drop a link. If Eric K, if you're here, please drop a link and go to the 15-minute mark. You may go to the 15-minute mark. Okay. 15-minute mark. Okay. Let's see here. See, I always read the chat. I always read the chat. All right, here we go. Holy crap. Wow. Like I said, as someone that's from the state of Florida, I've seen a lot of destruction with hurricanes. It's terrifying. It's scary as hell. And let's see. Amenti says, you know, Jeremy, Cletus is in Florida, and the 2.4 hours of La Mullet's race is coming up soon. Maybe you can race a beater Crown Vic around his track. Where at in Florida is he located? I can look him up, but where at in Florida?
Hell yeah, brother. You're on the Please Confirm YouTube.
This is bad, man. This is really fucking bad. So anyway, that's the end of it. That was good stuff right there. So thank you for letting me know about that. And I will definitely do a little more investigating. That's cool to see. It's cool to see people coming together and helping people out, man. It's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. He does big races with YouTubers. Okay. Nice. That's good to see. That's good to see. Mad lad. Okay. So where are we at? Magnum Norse 410 says, I thought North Carolina was safe. Apparently the North Carolina hurricane wasn't a joke. The most affected areas were furthest from the coast. What the fuck? Well, yeah, it's probably because tornadoes. I'm assuming a lot of tornadoes and flooding because of, the rain. That's just an assumption. I haven't done a lot of research on it, so I'm not sure. Hayden Wayne 450 says private civilians and smaller government are better for the people as a whole. The federal government fails consistently, somehow worse under Biden. Decentralized government, get back to the roots of what this country was supposed to be. River flooding. Okay, got it. Yeah, I mean, this should be, again, I do think, like, we have to think what happens after Trump. You know what I mean? And it needs to be a better a better system. There needs to be a better system in place, because it can't be all relying upon one man. And that's what's dangerous right now, is it's kind of all relying upon one man, which is not a system at all. That's not a system. It's great that we have Trump, and it's great that he's out there fighting the good fight, but it's not a sustainable system to base everything around one man, one flawed human being who's nearly 80 years old. That's not sustainable at all. Celebrity Jeremy says, there is such a lack of federal support that you can't help but think it's deliberate. Some of these pilots have been threatened with arrest if they continue to fly supplies in. Crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Veronid says, this is a sign of how little we need government. Love Dog says, pure evil. They spend billions of our money on illegals and on Ukraine war, which has not a thing to do with us, but bail on Americans in crisis. F Biden and F Harris. I just hope people are remembering when they vote. That's what I'm hoping. Jason Cole says, have you seen the post by Riley Gaines about women's college volleyball teams refusing to play San Jose State that has a trans woman, also known as a weak-ass man, playing for them? Riley Gaines had a video earlier that I was watching. I don't know if that was the one. I'll go check it out here in just a second and see. Exactly says, this is why government is useless. Americans are some of the most kind, generous, and caring people on the planet. They have donated so much. Stop this madness. Trump 2024. Agreed. Let's see. Magnum Norse for 20 says, props to Big Ron for the assistance to my state, North Carolina. I was in Asheville just a few months ago. Walls is the skin flute that destroyed my home state of Minnesota, and he can blow the savvy toes. What's up, Magnum Norris? Love Dog says, Democrats, America last. Illegals in Ukraine come first. They hate us, yet Democrats continue to vote for them. Thank you. Love Dogs is fired up. That's what's up. Let's see. Sayla 79 says, hey, Jeremy, did you catch the Alabama-Georgia game over the weekend? Trump stopped by to watch in person. Happy to say he was warmly welcomed here in Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide. Oh, I absolutely did. Absolutely. One of the greatest games I've ever seen. I was glued to the TV. I was nervous, and it was absolutely awesome to watch. So, yeah, I was stressed out watching it. I was very proud of the Crimson Tide. I was nervous, not knowing what's going to happen without Saban this year, but Kalen DeBoer has stepped in and done a great job so far. And it was an unbelievable game. And having Trump there was just, man, what a magical moment that was. John Ambler with those 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, John. Norm Alman says, I posted a meme. Let's see. I posted a meme at your main X account and CobraCast account. Are these the best places to post memes? Thanks, 199. So yes, we're trying to kind of centralize some stuff. I mean, if you're like on a we're getting everything's fired up with locals, but locals is obviously like a supporter directly thing where it's D-Day Cobra and Geeks and Gamers, but that's going to be a centralized place for communication. But yeah, just hitting me up on Twitter is the best way, just in a central place that's not like supporter driven and things like that. So I always check my notifications. That's how I saw the one earlier that I responded to. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh my God, what is this J meme? There's a lot of weird memes on my timeline. All right, here we go right here. Go to replies. I got to look down here just for a minute. Yeah, so this is how I saw this one, which is still the craziest thing in the world to me, that Christian Rocker found an old Geeks and Gamers polo shirt on eBay and bought it. And I'm like, what the heck, man? What are we doing? That's amazing. So yeah, by all means, feel free to tag me on anything you want me to see on Twitter. My DMs are open. I do check the DMs. It does if just because I haven't responded doesn't mean I haven't seen it. So I do see the DMs. I do get a lot with them open. So so it's fine. But don't. I literally have the easiest job in the world. So don't ever hesitate to send me stuff. I have no problem with that. Troy News says, random quote of the day. I'll tell you what, you're a rich guy and I'm a richer guy. Crowd goes wild. Trump to McMahon at the Battle of the Billionaires, WrestleMania 23. Yeah, man, I've been following the Vince McMahon stuff, and I got a lot to say about all that, man. I got a lot to say about the Vince McMahon stuff. Kind of is frustrating to me because, like, if anybody actually watched wrestling, we all knew Vince McMahon was a fucking psychopath. And that's like, that's not, I'm not saying that in a bad way. No one is surprised that Vince McMahon was a crazy person if you've watched wrestling. Not one single fucking person. And yet, I hear all these people in the wrestling industry, I didn't know Vince was capable of that. Yes, you fucking did. We all knew Vince was capable of this. Vince McMahon is a psycho. Vince McMahon also built the entire industry that made millionaires on top of millionaires on top of millionaires. He built that industry, and they lived and died by his decision making. He's a fucking genius. He's a psycho. He's a crazy person. But it's that line in A Few Good Men. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. That was Vince. You want me in this industry. You need me in this industry. Because he's willing to do whatever needed to be done to be successful. And everybody rode his coattails until it wasn't politically convenient. And now they've all turned their fucking back on him. Oh, I didn't know Vince McMahon was capable of this. Yes, you fucking did. You all knew he was capable of this. There's literally interviews where Vince McMahon is slapping the fucking reporters. He's ready to fight reporters. He's ready to fight them. It's crazy. Vince McMahon was always unhinged and always crazy. And we all knew this. Now, the Netflix documentary that came out was 100% designed for normies, because if you do know wrestling, there was nothing in that documentary that you were not aware of. Nothing. But if you didn't know anything about wrestling and you watched that Mr. McMahon documentary, you're probably like, this guy's crazy. And you're like, yeah, we know. We all knew. We all knew. Like, what was that interview? I don't know if it's on YouTube right now. That interview where Vince slapped the papers out of the dude's hand. Vince McMahon. Let's see. Slaps papers. There it is right here. Let's see. Is this it? Like, this dude was always like ready to beat everybody's ass, man. It was crazy. I don't know if that's it or not. Well, that was the Bob Costas interview where he was going to beat the hell out of Bob Costas.
Sure. So, I mean, again, extreme, by the way, soap opera and character, and then generalize safety of to pay ATNs as to anything like, with the athletes, no different athletes thing. A delightful show, Bob. And thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate your coming on.
That's not it, though. That's not the one where like Vince was like ready to beat the hell out of Bob Costas. Here we go.
Here now, Vince McMahon. Thanks for coming, Vince. Can you guarantee me right now that there will be a year 2 for the XFL?
What a ridiculous statement.
It's not a statement. It's a question.
It's a question. I beg your pardon. It's a question. No.
If this turns out to be a grand scale failure.
You want to let me finish here for a second, pal? Shut your mouth and let me answer the question, all right? I'll be happy to answer. You got a situation.
He's ready to beat the shit out of Bob Costas right here. He's ready to beat the shit out of him right there.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Vince, we got to go.
Oh, it's too bad. This is such a delightful show, Bob. And thank you so much for having me on.
I appreciate your coming on.
Oh,
thank you very much.
It's a delight.
And there is more just ahead, my friend.
Dude, Vince was always crazy. Always. And yeah, like the virtue signaling over this has just been funny. But there's another one where he slaps the papers out of the guy's hand, but I don't know where that one's at. But yeah, I don't know what got me on that tangent, but I've just been following a lot of the discussion about it, and it's just been silly to see so many people. Is this it right here? Yeah, this is it right here.
these people would be dying under the age of 45?
Why don't you ask yourself that question? I mean, why are you indicating that's my responsibility? These people are dead because
I'm asking you if it's in any way, shape, or form falls on your shoulders.
I would accept no responsibility whatsoever for their untimely deaths, none whatsoever. As far as, and you've got that little look on your face like, geez, Vince, how can you possibly say that?
Well, but none whatsoever. I mean, they wrestled for you. They were part of your organization. They worked a couple of hundred nights a year for you. They lived this lifestyle.
Oh my God, you can't believe. Oh, can you see that look? I mean, oh, how can you possibly say that, Vince? How can you look that way and you're giving me the old sympathetic?
No, I'm not.
This imagine working for this man and then pretending to be like, oh, I had no idea he was unhinged.
They worked a couple of hundred nights a year for you. They lived this lifestyle.
Oh my God, you can't believe. Oh, can you see that look? I mean, oh, how can you possibly say that, Vince? How can you look that way and you're giving me the old sympathetic?
No, I'm not.
Stuff?
I'm honestly curious.
Because I told you, these individuals worked for our organization at one time.
Do you have
so freaking great, dude? Oh, Vince McMahon, what a fucking character. Magnum North says MAGA is sustainable, Mr. Black Pill. I mean, I don't know if that's true. Without Trump, I believe it's possible, but seeing as how Trump, the things that Trump has dealt with, I don't know who else can deal with these things. And by the way, that's a point that I've always made about Trump. Have you ever seen Donald Trump act like that in an interview? Have you ever seen Donald Trump lose his cool? Have you ever seen Donald Trump unhinged? The answer is no. You've never seen Donald Trump lose his cool, ever. He's been in the public eye for decades. We've never seen Donald Trump lose his cool, ever. Never. Yet the media paints the picture of him like he's the worst person on the planet. Never seen it. Samuel for 20 says, Fed has no time to help Ohio, only $700 for Maui, and now can't help these states, but can immediately fund hundreds of billions for Ukraine, Israel, and illegals. Remember when we couldn't afford a $10 billion border wall? 1,000%. 1,000%. Well said, sir. Well said indeed. JMNZZ450 says, just remembered I didn't super chat. Why did I forget? Well, let me be clear. I grew up in a middle-class family in a small town of about 400 where we would ride our bikes until the street lights shut off. Do we have any students? Do we have any students in the chat? Next time you're in class and you have to answer for why you didn't turn in your homework or a paper, that's your answer right there. You're like, well, you have to understand. I grew up in a middle-class family, and, we used to ride our bikes. That's got to be your answer every time. Oh, man. Let's see. Hayden Wayne 450 says, VTuber Pipkin Pippa just got an @ from Real Donald Trump on Twix. It's pretty much guaranteed she's got a cabinet position now. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, if you like Donald Trump's tweets, as a matter of fact, I can go to my account now. That's what I retweeted for Madam Savvy. Right here. Right there. So, Trump, at Madam Savvy, thank you for liking my post. I'll send you important election updates for North Carolina. Make sure you're ready to vote Donald Trump on November 5th. So Madam Savvy retweeted. She goes, see you this weekend, sir. But yeah, Pipkin, I don't know. I know of this YouTuber. I've never talked to Pipkin, but heard a lot about this YouTuber and a huge fan base. And I know she's friends with Kirsha, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yeah, man. I mean, I like a lot of Donald Trump's tweets. So what about me, Trump? Do I not get an at D-Day Cobra? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Okay, let's see here. Go back over there. Greg78 says the best thing about Halloween, got any good ghost stories? The best Halloween candy, the best Halloween movie, the best Halloween video game. Best Halloween video game. I'm not going to say specifically to a video game, but Resident Evil 4, the OG Resident Evil 4. I have not played the remake, but Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube is still probably that one or the first Resident Evil. Those are the two scariest game experiences I've ever had. OG Resident Evil 1 on the PlayStation and Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. Those right there, those are the worst. So for me anyway, worst in terms of like scary. Those were terrifying. Now, and let's see, best thing about Halloween. I just love the atmosphere of Halloween. I love Halloween. I love the fall weather. I love the decorations. I love all of that. Got any good ghost stories? I personally don't have any good ghost stories. Best Halloween candy. Those little bitty Three Musketeers and Bat Brownies. Okay, those little bitty mini Three Musketeers and Bat Brownies. College football is another thing. Yes. Best Halloween movie. If you're talking about like best, like I don't know if that classifies as like a specifically to Halloween themed or just a scary movie in general. I gotta say, man, I love, and this is recent, I love the Hubie Halloween movie with Adam Sandler. I fucking love that movie. I used to watch Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street every Halloween. So I love those movies back in the day. So I was a big Nightmare on Elm Street and, Friday the 13th. If I had to pick one or the other, I don't know, man. I've never been able to make a definitive choice over Freddy versus Jason. I've never been able to make a definitive choice. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I get called gay enough in this chat anyway. I'm man enough to say it. All right. Halloween Town is the shit. Halloween Town is fucking good. I don't care if you make fun of me. Halloween Town is awesome. All right. It just is. And I don't apologize. Okay. Halloween Town is good. Hey, we got some fans. We got some fans in the chat. All right. Halloween Town is fucking great, dude. I love the first one. Love the first one. Let's see. A lot of people like Halloween Town. Okay. I really thought I was going to get roasted for that one. Halloween Town's great. It's just a good family, family Halloween movies, all it is. It's really good. Halloween Town is great, as Jeremy is a fix, is laughing man. Yeah, but in terms of like genuinely like one of the best, like you can go old school, with like the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all of that. I think The Conjuring is one of the best horror movies ever. The Conjuring is just absolutely fantastic. I think it's the acting, the atmosphere, the storytelling. I think The Conjuring is a phenomenal movie. I love that fucking movie so much. It's so damn good. I also have very, very, very vivid memories of, I bought into the Blair Witch Project. Okay. I bought in 100% to the Blair Witch Project. Of course, I know I learned shortly after that it wasn't like it was, but I bought into the idea of it when I went to see it. And I was like, oh man, I was all in, and I was creeped out by it at first. And then, yeah, obviously it's like when you find out wrestling's not real, I'm like, don't tell me, just let me have this. But it freaked me out and how it ended and everything and the whole atmosphere of it. Especially just with like, growing up and, out the country and everything I experienced, man, that was cool. So Paranormal Activity is very fucking good. Paranormal Activity is extremely good. Holy crap. Look at Crimson Cyborg with a MAGA red. $99.99. Please put this towards some kind of Geeks and Gamers Hurricane Relief Fund. We want to see you out there if possible. You have a big heart. I'm a big boy willing to help any way I can. Thanks for spreading awareness. Give me Sydney Sweeney, you fig. Trump Vance 2024. Thank you, man. Yeah, I do want to do something like that. I mean, I am very inspired by that. to do something to help people from that perspective, just seeing people out there doing it, because ultimately I can't really operate on like all the freaking losers that are always, trying to take everything they can and spin it and twist it and go after its own stuff. At the end of the day, doing stuff that you want to do and showing the people that support you that we're out here doing good things. Ultimately, that's what it's all about. We have one of the biggest super chatted channels in the entire country, and that means a lot to me that people are willing to support us. I would like to show a little more of doing stuff with the revenue that we earn from you guys, because you guys determined that we deserve that, and I greatly appreciate that. But if we could do a little more to show people like, hey, this is the next level of where some of that is going, that's definitely something I'd like to do for sure. Let's see here. All right, I promised it. So, all right, you guys want this Sydney Sweeney? I hope there's not like an R-rated commercial that I'm gonna miss. So let's see. So everybody's talking about this right here. Okay, everybody's talking about this right here. Okay, we did hit the mark on super chat goals. Okay. Oh, by the way, hang on. We got a 50 from Marlena. Says you need to look into the connection with BlackRock and the DoD contract to mine the massive amounts of lithium in the affected North Carolina mountains. Had to move out residents to start building. Radar indicated hurricane path manipulation. Somebody else mentioned that too. So 100%. Jessica, you're going to love the chat. They're going to go crazy. Okay. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. I appreciate that. Here we go.
Hello, you dirty little boys.
Bro,
Are you interested in my body? Wash? Well, you can't have it. Because
that's a hell of an ad, bro. That's a hell of an ad.
this isn't for boys. It's for men.
That's a hell of an ad. That's how you market. That's how you market something right there. That's a good marketing campaign. That's a very good marketing campaign. Jessica's in the chat. Oh man, you guys are funny as hell in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Magnum North says, I think Vince McMahon is why I'm so damaged as a child. I grew up with WWF. Oh yeah, dude, Vince. I can't understand how like anybody that watched wrestling can sit there and just think like, I'm so shocked that Vince McMahon was doing these things. No, you're not. None of us are. There's no way anybody was. But Nandy says, never forget 2020, but be grateful it opened the eyes of many independents and liberals. Pork Chop Express says, your mic has gone full RFK, bro. Yeah, that was earlier. Troy News says, I wish they asked last night if Ukraine uses U.S. rockets on Russia and Putin retaliates with nukes on Ukraine. How would the U.S. and NATO react? Such a shit show, man. This next month is... I'm really worried what they're going to do. I really am. Alex McCarthy says, my voice sounds like RFK Jr. LOL. Breathing tube in my throat for 2 months. Last year did it. Man, dude, you're a fucking soldier, Alex. You are an absolute soldier, brother. I appreciate you, man. We all do. Alex has been through hell and just continuing to fight. Motivating as hell. Mike says, when you put it like that, it really gives credit to the saying, everything happens for a reason. 100%. Yep. The Under Armour Gamer says in 2013, went to a NASCAR race or NASCAR Hall of Fame, the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and the Jeff Gordon team store. It was really cool. Also, Let's Go Brandon 3 years ago. Dang. I know, man. Time flies. Firefox says the Gary Abomination looks like Trump Scream Lady. It was partially the Trump Scream Lady. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, Tim Walz after the debate. I know I could have done better. Still waiting on Kamala to call me for moral support. I should have laid off the tacos. Nicole Bama Princess says, I'll take RFK voice over Kamala any day. I agree completely. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, Kamala cares so much about Americans suffering an environmental incident that she will offer $750 based on race, maybe. But Ukraine gets billions. Archer Blade says, JD Vance is AD Vanced. The good Tom King says not every San Franciscan needs to be scripted, just trained. Fantastic Stock says I'd rather see Bree's feet and Megan Fox thumbs over seeing Kamala trying to be relatable. Ain't that the truth? Let's Disco Cobra 450 says shout out to the Burnout Paradise in the background. Have you played much of that game? I just recently got some Squatch deodorant, and it was $12 for a stick. Pretty pricey, but it does smell pretty good. That hat's gonna be shipping soon. So hats. Somebody should be watching that can update me. But so the hats and the trying to think. The SpaceCon, was that part of the SpaceCon run? I got so many campaigns lately, but I know the SpaceCon stuff is going to be launching next week. They're going to be shipping those out for SpaceCon. And then the Flex Fit hats, right? Is that what you're talking about? Those should be shipping next week as well. As far as Burnout Paradise, I haven't played Burnout Paradise as much as I've played Split Second, but I would like to play more Burnout Paradise. Split Second, though, man, I cannot hype that game up enough. Split Second is fantastic if you have not played it. There it is. Flag Ninja just said it. Best racing game is Split Second. It really is, man. Split Second is phenomenal. It really is. So let's see. Let's see. Right, the guy says Trump gave everyone a tax break. Everyone. That's what made the economy so good when he was prez. Stephen H says Kamala called me and said she wanted an I'm with IDOT shirt and hoodie for the future. Horror Amarada says Gary and Jeremy never have problems pronouncing names and words. Their reading level is infinite. She's right. We are pretty much the best of the best on this platform. And that's really it. Grapdar's Hammer says, I found a poo butter dish for Jay. Can't wait to gift it to him. The Exalted Patriarch says, is Kamala Harris' husband theme song Smack My Biatch by Prodigy. Daniel Harriet says, Soros bought 200 radio stations. I heard about that. Buster Nut Smash says, what do you tell a woman with two black eyes? Nothing. She's already been told twice. Doug Imhoff. Damn. Porky with a new member, thank you. Aaron James says they became friends with Walls, if you know what I mean. Porky says John Yarber is gay, lol. Let's see. Chartard says probably cum farts after getting fucked by Jada's boyfriend. Okay, I had to work through that one. I didn't know what you were saying. The good Tom King says the Beatles music is great, but it's beta. Chris Vinci says Michael Jackson was the biggest ever. He wasn't the king of pop. He was literally king of all music and entertainment. Hey, I agree. That to me, like Michael Jackson is just like nobody will ever top Michael Jackson. Nobody. It's impossible. From Grega with Love says, I can't think of a band that showed more musical development during their career than the Beatles. Yeah, I'm a Beatles hater, but I know it's probably like here. All right, let's just say I want to see how unpopular my opinion is. Okay, Beatles. Okay, do you like the Beatles? It's it. Do you like the Beatles? Do you like the Beatles? Yes or no? As simple as that. Do you like the Beatles? All right. I misspelled Beatles, but fuck it. So I'm typing too fast. But anyway, let's see. Holy shit. Starts out with no, 57% no. Are you kidding me? Wow. I'm shocked. I felt like I was going to be voted down. I felt like it was going to be like 70-30 yes. That's shocking. I'm very shocked. Woodsy says Jeremy likes his music like he likes men gay. Fubi says Trump is the greatest entertainer. What are you talking about, Jeremy? Okay, that's fair point. Normal Man says Rolling Stones greater than the Beatles. I mean, the Stones are fine. I have nothing. I like the Stones. I like Aerosmith more than the Rolling Stones, though. But I like the Rolling Stones. Coop says, I thanked you and fellowship for getting me through finding my mom after she passed, along with the fellowship. Probably a mix-up, but thank you in chat. Oh, Coop, man. Coop, we appreciate you, brother. Sorry that was missed, man, but thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Let's see. I am shocked that it's 55% no. Do you like the Beatles? 55% no right now. Firefox says Froggy Fresh greater than Michael Jackson. Let's slow down, okay? I like Froggy Fresh, but let's slow down. The dude says you're wrong and Snake Eyes was amazing. Ban me. I mean, I don't have to ban you. You're just retarded. So, I mean, that's enough of a ban. The fact that you're just retarded. So, thank you, the dude. Black Kate says most 60s music was a psyop. Check out strange scenes inside the canyon. Big con to make anti-war people associate with dirty hippies. Shockingly enough, no is winning. And it's holding strong. So we'll see. JM Elliott says, you've been wearing that hoodie for 16 months straight. John Yarber says, didn't you direct a video a while back? Let's watch it. I did direct a video. I did. Maybe towards the end we can watch that. Yeah, I did. We did have I directed and I helped write the lyrics. Mr. Boombastic Biggie says Tim Walls is the next Sam Hyde meme. John Yarber says music video about Star Wars. That is correct. Yes. Pre-Dawn Corp says Jeremy CobraCast needs a Beardo emote. Who? The Cowboy Ninja says I wouldn't be surprised if they deliberately stopping rescue to drive up death tolls like COVID to claim it's so bad because of climate change. Wouldn't put it past them. Raven Black Sparrow says, and of course, it's all going to be Trump's fault. Always is. Aaron James says, daughter left her work to save her mom. They were found dead, and daughter was holding her mom. Oh my gosh, that is awful. Holy crap. Oh, that's terrible. Elaine of Hyrule says, betting markets are more reliable than polls. That is true. Kevin Cron says, did you see Charlie Kirk on X when he visited the school in Arizona, Jeremy? I do believe it's tied, if not winning the youth vote. It's definitely it's definitely close for sure. All right, we're at 700 votes, nearly 700 votes, and I'm shocked that 56% of people said that they don't like the Beatles. I'm shocked. Lord Botha says we need a telethon for these people where Kanye comes out and says Joe Biden doesn't care about black people. I have looked into is it the Starlink mini? I've looked into that to see if we can use that for like traveling and stuff like that, so we could keep a consistent internet connection. I mean, look, Verizon typically is very good, but I've been looking into yeah, I know I misspelled Beatles, but who fucking cares? They suck anyway, so who cares? So, let's see. Project Taco says anyone who is a car guy knows who this legend is. Great to see him doing this in those in need. I follow a few car guys on YouTube, but I don't watch a lot of car stuff on YouTube. But yeah, he seems like a great guy. 4 Knots to Nowhere for a 199. Thank you. Grinning Tiki 220 could have been more helis if not for the government paperwork. Clayton Cook, thank you for the $1. Eric K says the federal government has been confiscating aid from people. If you donate to churches in that area. They can't touch them. John Brown says Cletus McFarland is the man of the people. I'm a longtime follower of both of you guys. Hell yeah, brother. Love hearing it, man. That's awesome. David Simpson Jr. becomes a new member. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alan Tenassi says Roll Tide is gay. No. Rorschach mask back on. Roll Tide, #1 team in the country, baby. Guinea Pig with a fanny pack says, anyone know of a good no BS fundraiser to contribute to so 80% of the funds don't go to the government? If not, we IDOTs should pull together USA. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of ideas of things that I wanted to do from our perspective, but it costs so much money to get shit started these days, man. Like on your own, it costs a lot of money to get things started on your own. And that's why like Rip has spent so much money getting all of his stuff, created. So now he's got the infrastructure in his own site. It's tough, man. It is expensive. It really is. Crimson Cyborg says, let's fucking go 199. Magnor says, MAGA is forever, mother flucker. Laughing Man says, Jeremy never misspells, misreads, or pronounces anything incorrectly. He also has never has technical difficulties. It's never happened. Not on this show. If there's any video of me reading a super chat wrong, having technical difficulties, or typing anything, it's a deep fake. It's AI. I've never done it. Never happened. Not here. Firefox says, did you see the dance that the Uniparty set? So video I sent on Twitter. Nom Nom the cat song. I don't know if I saw that one. I'll have to double check. Uber driver of the apocalypse says, my cousin is married to Stephanie McMahon's personal assistant. I can send you a pic of my brother, HHH or Triple H, Steph, and my cousin. Really? Dude, get me an interview with Triple H. Give me an interview with Triple H. Let's go. No, that's cool though. I would love to see a pic. That would be cool as hell. I wouldn't post it out there. Eric K says, Jeremy for a cabinet position for gay awareness. John Goetz says, look, Jeremy, I grew up in the midst of a classy family. I once had to cook a meal for myself, so I know your struggles. What was the question exactly? Why does my live thing keep disappearing on Twitter? It's weird. 8 o'clock says, you're not a cute VTuber bunny girl. What? How dare you tell me I'm not a cute VTuber bunny girl? I can be whatever I want. Thank you, 8 o'clock. John Goat says, fall weather football, crappy slashers with boobs. Wrong Hole says, DM'd the quantum leap. I'm retarded, Kamala. I saw that one the other day. Somebody tagged me in one. Look, man, I'll just turn my beauty filter on, okay? This is when the super chats start rolling in. Beauty filter is turned on. Super chats just rolling in, baby. Super chats just rolling in. Beauty filters turned on. We're going to make a lot of money tonight. Mad Master Porky says, Trump probably would have noticed you if you were somewhat semi-attractive woman, Jeremy. I have my beauty filter on now, so I'm basically gorgeous, okay? A lot of money starts flowing in. A lot of money. Alan Ness says, Freddy versus Jason was a solid 7. I love Freddy versus Jason. I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I absolutely love that movie. All right, I'm turning the beauty filter off. It feels weird. It literally has no effect on me, but I'm acting like I had like some glasses on or something. Zemizzi says, I've been a lifelong Democrat, but I'm voting for Trump. Hey, that's what we like to hear. Eric K says, Oogie Boogie Bash is great, even though done by an evil company. Mike says, I'm currently playing the original Resident Evil games for the first time. On the third one, still need to play CV7 and 8 to have to play all the main games. Resident Evil 1 and 2 are fantastic. 3, I really didn't like. I was starting to lose interest in the series, and then 4 came out and completely changed the game. 4 was incredible. 5, I did not like. And I dabbled with some of the, like Code Veronica and a few of the other ones. But yeah, 1 and 4 are peak Resident Evil for me. 1 and 4. GameCube 1 and 4. That's it. Mitchell Field says, wait, what are they trying to sell? Oh, talking about the Sydney Sweeney thing. 8 o'clock says, already buy Dr. Squanch soup, but now I'll buy 3 more. It's a good sales pitch for sure. William says, even the transportation secretary would eat her. Elite Neo says, hey, Jeremy, did you see Dave Ramsey's interview with Trump where they discussed all things high prices and how to lower them? Very enlightening. I didn't see that one yet. I was going to try to react to that tonight, but maybe we'll save that one because I'm probably going live tomorrow. I'm going to try to go live like as much as humanly possible this month to cover all things going on. And we will be live Saturday for a CobraCast to cover the return to Butler. That will be happening. Dark Gavel says, remember Maui, the tropical storm came from the wrong direction. Weather manipulation is real. The Biden administration is covered in blood. Fantastic Rich Knox says, best Halloween game for me, Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation. Hal Coker says their songs really suck, but at least they're real long. Mitchell Field says straight men don't like the Beatles. Did you know you're gay? F and Dave says, question for Jeremy, a homosexual. How do you wear that hoodie in the Florida heat? I die in the summer in Michigan when it hits like 85 degrees. So I don't wear these out. It's just basically I put these on when it's time to record a video. Other than that, I'm wearing shorts and sleeveless shirts and walking around outside in my Crocs. I do keep every house I'm in or every room I'm in extremely cold. Usually the thermostat for me is usually around like 66, 65, 66. I can't stand to be in a warm area like in the house. It's hot enough outside in the Florida heat. But yeah, I don't wear like these usually everywhere, So, but typically in Florida, long sleeves and shorts is kind of the way to go because we're retarded here. That's just what we do. So yeah, but I keep it very cold indoors. I keep it very cold. Chad Layton says, beauty filter convinced me. Look at that. Beauty filter got me a $10. Bring it on, VTubers. VTubers, I'm coming for you. All right, VTubers. We got the beauty filter. We are heading to the top of the charts once again here at CobraCast. All you VTubers making all your money, and I respect it. But one click gets me my beauty filter. Boom. Look at that beauty filter. Just making me all the dollars. Okay? Let's see here. Lee Cranmer says, Jeremy, I think your beauty filter is broken. I love you, man. Uber driver of the apocalypse says picture sense and checks DMs. All right. Well, I'm not going to pull it up on stream, but I will check that. That is awesome. Okay. So now we've got Rumbo says, Vault95 says, what an IDOT. He was muted. Everybody point and laugh at that fig. Bronsonite says, hold on a second. He slapped her. The confusion, jealous gay man done fucked up. Any real woman beater worth his salt would sock her. Pal to the moon, Alice, right in the kisser. Vault95 says, haven't played Mercenaries 2 in 14 years, coming to the end of the campaign and have cracked the main villain bunker with a nuclear bunker buster. I recall the final fight is super hard. Pray for me. Prayers indeed. Johnny the Whiskey says, Jeremy, I sent you a message on Twitter. Can you share a video about North Carolina residents being threatened with arrest if they decide to help others? Just spread more stories for others. It's messed up. I'll take a look at that. Is it socks with Crocs? No, Texas Spy Historian. No socks with your Crocs. I am not a crazy person, okay? You don't wear socks with your Crocs, all right? I'm a very classy individual. No socks with your Crocs, okay? Vault95 says, the people stranded in the mountains are Trump voters. Denying rescue is part of the shadow government. John Goat says, I got a second ticket for the Trump rally in Butler. Come on down, Sydney Sweeney, and give him an endorsement that will make Taylor Swift angry as hell. Eric K says, I want my money back. Beauty filter, even worse. Oh, shit, I still got it turned on. Fuck. All right, there we go. Turn that shit off. All right, it's back. We're good. We're good now. We're good. All right, all is well. So don't wear Crocs at all. Nah, man. Nah, this is Florida, man. That's what we do here. Wow, Jeremy is only a little less gay now. So what about leather Crocs? No, hell no. No. Just regular. Let's see. Why are people hating on Crocs? Boat shoes, Crocs. I have boat shoes too, actually. I have quite a few pairs of boat shoes. Boat shoes are fantastic. Boat shoes are great. So Sperry makes great boat shoes. I don't know if you've like Sperry makes really good boat shoes. I like them a lot. There's actually several brands. I wear Skechers, dude. I have never owned a pair of Skechers ever. Never owned a pair of Skechers. Not sure why, but I've never owned a pair of Skechers. So Real Legends has some good boat shoes as well. Boat shoes are fine. Jessica, I got Jessica's approval on that. Perry top sliders, great flip flops. Jeremy makes more money off camera than with the. Wait, Jeremy makes more money with off off camera than with the beauty filter. What is that supposed to mean, laughing man? Jeremy, that is because Crocs are lesbian shoes and have been for the last 25 years. Aren't Skechers made of soy? Aaron James says, as a former lifeguard in Florida, Crocs say I'm special and likely to down. I'm wearing my Atlanta Braves Crocs right now. See? There you go. Go Braves. There you go. Atlanta Braves Crocs. I mean, come on. These are fucking cool, man. You know? These are cool. Laughing Man says you made $500 when you left. You know what? You are correct. Laughing Man. That is a great point, Laughing Man. Where'd that comment go? Yeah, that's right. I made $500 when I left yesterday. Will it work again? Look, you know what? Let's test it out, see what happens, okay? All we can do is test it out. Chat is takeover, okay? So let's just let's see what happens.
This ain't my Sea of Thieves stream. Is this Jeremy's stream? Is this live? I'm in the wrong StreamYard. Sorry about
Get back in here, Jay, if you want to. I called Jay. I'm like, dude, can you pop in for like 2 seconds and just
I was gonna start laughing. I had to get out quick. I was about to start laughing. I put the pirate back.
Oh man.
Willie Wills!
Willie freaking Will, you mad lad. And this is all Laughing Man. Laughing Man made it happen. He's like, you make more money when you go off camera, Jay. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, yesterday you made $500. So anyway, Jay, I know you were busy, man. What a guy, man. Like, I have talked to Jay all day. And then I like randomly, I'm like, bro, where are you at? He goes, I'm just, hanging out. And I'm like, can you hop in for like 2 seconds? And I explained to him what happened. And he's like, yeah, man, I got it. So what a guy. So welcome to the Rebellion podcast,
And
ladies and
Laughing
gentlemen.
Man was in my chat, just said hi and left.
Well, he didn't. He actually hasn't said anything. So, but he willed it into existence by Willie freaking Will.
They get such good people over here, man.
Yeah, man.
Freaking awesome.
Absolutely.
No,
insane.
I just finished the Agatha review, so it's nice to hang out with some normalcy.
I hear you, man.
Oh. If you like lesbians making out with witches, that's the show for today.
Pretty much how it is. Pretty much how it is. Holy crap. Willie Will, you mad lad. We got to play the clip. We got to play the clip. Jay, are you going to hang around? You going to hang around?
Go
okay.
for it, man.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
And this is how much it was. $500 donation. You know what he says? Nothing. Drops $500 on the table. Looks over at everybody at the poker table. Dropped it on there. Moonwalked right out of the saloon, double doors. Didn't say anything. Spurs on his boots. Couple holstered handguns. Cowboy hat. Thick mustache. Dropped the money on the table, looked at everybody square in their eye, and just moonwalked right out of the saloon double door. Didn't say shit. Didn't say anything. No message there. Didn't say jack shit. Son of a bitch. First and foremost, that's not cheap. You got to be a cocky son of a bitch to drop $500 and just bounce the fuck out of there and don't say nothing. I respect that.
It never gets old.
Oh, no, dude. That's the greatest thing. How did you see it? Did someone clip that out when he first did that? Or were you in the chat?
I honestly don't remember. I think probably Hailstorm might have sent it to me. I'm not sure. There's no telling. Probably Hailstorm, knowing him. But Willie Will, thank you, brother. And I hope you're doing well. I know you went through some shit recently, man. The Snake Pit always has your back as always. So yeah, man, good to see you here, brother. Let's see. Harley Dave says, we didn't notice you had the beauty filter on. I guess inbred can't be fixed. Lawless Enterprises, Jeremy Beardo is live streaming. Would you please text him and tell him he has the lamest background out of all you guys? Hail CobraCast 199. Is he live right now?
Yeah, he's playing video games.
Fuck him. I'll call him. Let's see.
He's like on the final boss.
I don't give a shit.
I know. What I do.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man. What's going on?
I am streaming right now playing Space Marine.
Who? Is this? I thought this was Jay. Shit. Oh, my bad. What are you doing, man?
I'm streaming playing Space Marine right now.
Oh, okay. Well, your background, you have the lamest background. I was supposed to tell you that in the super chat. So.
Oh, who was it? Who said it?
Lawless Enterprises.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's been, dude, Lawless Enterprise sent me like a $20 super chat last night and says, hey man, I love what you're doing. I love Geeks and Gamers. You're one of the best of them, but your background sucks.
Get back to it, brother. I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye. The amount of fucking chaos that you guys create in this chat is absolutely crazy. Eric K says it's a better show when you leave. I believe that, actually. Harley Dave says finally some peace and quiet because I left. Stream Hero says the BRB screen does more than Jeremy 10 out of 10 stream. Sean Living Life says Noich, Jeremy got his beauty filter on to the Be Right Back screen. Mitchell Field says Jay. Zebra says come back, Jay. Grand Potato says I agree with Billy Magoo.
Best Batman employee.
Oh my gosh. It is what it is, man. But yes, we are at the end. Jay, what do you got going on, brother? You got your political show, man. You got your
tomorrow
political
morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. So
Yep.
I'm gonna fill that early morning. But it's just from 8 to 10. So it won't interfere with daily. After that, you can go listen to daily, all that stuff. So that's about it. Getting ready for Halloween Horror Nights stuff with park hopping. That's going to be exciting. There's a lot of cool stuff happening this month. Then we travel to San Antonio to meet everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of cool stuff happening. A lot of cool stuff happening.
Absolutely. I am legitimately about to upload a video to Geeks and Gamers right now. So if you guys want to go check out that video, you can. It's about Rachel Zegler and the Snow White, her latest comments on the Snow White movie. So I literally just uploaded that right now. Eric K says, Jay, freaking 5 a.m. Why? Yeah, that's that.
Move to Florida.
Coast. Yeah, move to Florida where people rocking Crocs, man. I mean, this the normal people are.
Laughing Man said Jay said he was playing Fortnite with Jeremy tonight. Well, I didn't know he was going to go this late.
Yeah, I've got to record videos, so no gaming tonight. Got to stay on top of everything. But thank you guys so much. Amazing stream as always. Unbelievable stuff. Notification received. Okay, so go watch my Geeks and Gamers video if you're interested. Check that out. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Jay, for being around all the time, brother. Let's see. We've got Philip Johnson says, Jeremy, if Trump saw you with the beauty filter, he'd instinctively try to reach through the screen and grab you. We know what he likes to grab.
Good Lord.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Great stream as always. Thank you for entertaining as always. The chat, the best part of every stream that we're on. And other than that, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. And then don't forget, definitely doing a CobraCast on Saturday. But I'm going to try to do a CobraCast like almost every day this week if I possibly can. There's going to be some traveling this week or this month. So I'm not going to be able to do it for every day this month, but as much as I possibly can. And I might be doing multiple CobraCast in certain days.
Man.
There's a lot going on. So, all right. Have a great night, and we will talk. I am pointedly ignoring the Rumble chat. How would I do that if I just saw your comment? I see Sully over there. I see Ginger over there. Folsom Lockdown. BMO Better. Big Z Video Games. Open Mike is over there. Better Meyer. Karnak is over there. Lost Tales is over there. See, I'm not ignoring. I would never ignore the Rumble chat, okay? Would never do it. Look, I'll even type hi over there. Hi. There you go. See there? Now what? Now what?
Man of the people right there.
Man of the people, okay? But anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Have a great evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.